Hi everybody, this is the dispatch for Monday, May 11. We start with a reading from Psalm 102. It's a little bit longer than some of the psalm readings we've had. This is a very poetic cry for help. If you're ever looking for words to describe how bad you're feeling, this is a great psalm for that. And what's interesting, especially about this psalm though, besides the poetic language, is the way that it can be hard at times to tell whether it is a person who is in distress, or whether it is Zion who is in distress. This is sort of Jerusalem gets personified through this psalm. The person is crying out for God's help, but really it's Jerusalem that is crying out for God's help and expecting God to ultimately demonstrate faithfulness and act on behalf of Zion or God's servant. It's not always clear which is which, and perhaps that's the intention of the psalm. Our next reading is from the Exodus narrative. This is from after the Israelites have been set free. It's sort of their in process of leaving Egypt, and a little bit of a narrative about why they chose to go by way of the Red Sea instead of going straight to the land of the Philistines. And it also mentions that God leads them by a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night, as an ever-present sign of God's direction and faithfulness to the people of God. And then finally, we're back in Acts chapter 7. This is the lengthy sermon of Stephen, which we began last week. Stephen is retelling the story of Israel, but he's telling it with a certain twist. Of course, he's arguing with the Jews that Jesus is God's Messiah. And so here, he's sort of recasting Moses as a willing servant of God, but the Israelites wouldn't listen to this willing servant of God. And I wonder if that sounds like anyone you know. Of course, he's presenting Moses as sort of an archetype, an early archetype of Jesus. And now Jesus came, a willing servant of God, and God's people wouldn't listen to him. That's the direction he's going. And as I had said before, Stephen is not going to make very many friends with this particular sermon. That's all for today. I hope you have a great day, and we will see you tomorrow.